decided what type of video this is gonna be, because like I want to talk about my feelings but also like give advice maybe. Or maybe this video will be whatever it wants to be. Maybe it'll be a free spirit like Ladybird. Probably. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. So anyway, the title of this video will say it all, but let me just say, I guess maybe if you haven't gotten the hint yet, if you don't like talking about periods or hearing about them, like go click on another video. There's like over 100 videos on my channel that you can watch from the past year and a half. So if you want to go check those out, feel free, go do it. Right now I'm giving you the chance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now. But also, if you're at that channel right now, make sure to subscribe to youtube.com/LindsayKBurton. So now that that's out of the way, this is what this video is all about. I just had a period that lasted 8 days. Scaramucci, you know that one guy? Lasted 2 days longer than my period in the White House. My period lasted longer than 4 international wars. Look it up. Thanks, Google. My period lasted 2 days longer than the time it took to film Bet on It for High School Musical 2. So let's just go back to the beginning of the story. So bam, New Year starts. I'm feeling refreshed and renewed, like those the women in like the Chandix commercials after they've like quit smoking or whatever, and then they're like just living my life and I feel great. Then I started getting cramps similar to the symptoms I would have before my period started, and similar to when I go to a social gathering and there's just like a plate of Totino's and Mike's lemonade. I'm like, oh, I know what this means. In the party sort of context, it means like having a glorious night full of fat kid debauchery, which involves just eating everything in sight and then watching Pitch Perfect. But in the other context, I was like, my period is coming. It's happened before. I'm a grown-up. I've gone through this many times before. I know how this ish all goes down. I knew up until it happened, and I have no idea what crime I committed in 2017 to receive this kind of punishment, but here we are. It was the period sent from hell, personalized by Satan himself to me. And you know when like you're on your period and you're paranoid because you think everybody knows? Well, like imagine that, but like turned up to like a 10 out of 10. I had maxi pads on. Yes, maxi pads, the things you're supposed to wear at night so you could sleep through the entire night. And you know, maxi pads are supposed to come in clutch to help you save the day. It did very little. It's like when you use duct tape to reattach your side mirror to your car. It's not the most effective. So I'm going to the bathroom. I am not joking. Like every hour or two. Not because I want to, because I have to. And then in between all of this, I was taking Midol, which, like duct tape, was hardly doing anything. When I was younger and I was just starting to get periods, I would take either Midol or Pamprin, and that would solve all my problems and it would work wonders. Not on my 23-year-old behind. No. So that day I went to CVS to get one of those like heating pads that you're supposed to stick to your stomach. Well, it worked except for like there are like 2 downsides. It has to get through a buttload of fat to get to the cramps, and you know, so I think it would probably work better on somebody who's like skinnier, but whatever, it's fine. And then you could only have them on for like 8 hours at a time. And I don't mean like, oh, you just have to replace it every 8 hours. No, you have to wear it for 8 hours at a time within a 24-hour period at maximum. So then I get home from that first day and I legit do not have like my own heating pad other than like what I got at CVS. And then like every night I would switch it to leggings or sweatpants, and you know how like basic girls do it because it's like cute and quirky, relatable? Except in this case, because when I put on sweatpants, it's because I was in pain. So I go to bed and then I wake up in the morning, and then day 2 of this period I've stained the nether regions of my pajamas. So you could just imagine that. Again, a maxi pad, the most absorbent one you can find. You know, in hindsight, I should have set a few alarms just so I can get up in the middle of the night and then like go to the bathroom and stuff like that. Did I think to do that? No. So I got up and went and did all of my daily activities, including my day job. And then that whole morning of work, I'm like sprinting to the bathroom every hour like I'm Usain Bolt in the Olympics. And I did not prepare my purse for this because I just looked in there after like a few hours and I'm like, where's all my stuff? Oh wait, I used it. So then I made the executive decision to go home. And it was killing me on the inside because I really like to tough things out, except for cases like this, because I was like, you know, I could tough it out and like be the hero, or you know, I could like, you know, ruin my office chair, and then everybody would for sure know that I was on my period. So I get through half a day of work and then I'm just like, I'm sick. And then I get the heck out. But then I had to stop at Target because I was running low on supplies in my own apartment. I had to stop at Target to prepare for the eventual nightmare that was to come. I'm inside Target and I have a moment, and then I come to the realization that I probably need adult diapers. Yeah. So I'm getting supplies and stuff, and then out of nowhere, I just started crying in the middle of a Target. I'm not sure if it was because I was repressing so many emotions from the past 48 hours, but I just started sobbing. You know that moment when you know you're about to cry and you're trying to figure out like, okay, should I like, you know, just toughen it up and like not cry, or should I just let it out? No, my body skipped that phase and just went right to the tears. And also not to mention that I got a ton of super unhealthy food because I now had an excuse to eat all of it, because think about this, when you're on your period, you're like helping yourself create the space that you need to produce life in the future. You're helping the human population not die. So whatever you need to do to produce life later on down the line, you do it. So I'm on my way home and I left my roommate this like sad, depressing voicemail explaining why I was coming home early. And I feel like the tone of it is like I would imagine what you would send to your spouse if you knew death was imminent. And God bless her, because she went to CVS to get this like electric heating pad so I didn't have to go out and get it while I'm already in pain. And you know by this point that this heating pad was attached at the hip the entire weekend, except for Saturday, the next day. So I had to be out of the house for various comedy classes and shows and whatnot. And I was so paranoid that I was gonna bleed through all of my clothes, I wore various layers. So my ensemble for the day was a baggy t-shirt, shorts, leggings underneath those shorts, and a sweatshirt tied around the waist. I looked like some kid from the Midwest going to Disney World in the 80s. And I even made a schedule for myself so I could schedule out when I'm gonna go to the bathroom to make sure I don't have an accident. Like, I did not think that New Year, New Me was gonna mean all of this. I remember this one class. It was a writing class, and class ends, I get up out of my chair, I realized I've been sitting in a white chair the entire 2 hours, so I looked down at the seat and there was just like a faint red blotch on the seat, and I freaked out. So you know, while everybody is like walking around like talking to each other and like getting their contact information because like Hollywood and networking, I am sitting there vigorously rubbing the seat with my pants and my jacket. And then it looked like slightly better, but if you squint you could tell that something happened there. So then I just like ran out. So for the rest of this hellish period, I had the heating pad attached to my body basically. So normally I wear pants and leggings up to like above my belly button anyway, which is convenient because then I can like stick the heating pad in there and then just like walk around. So when I was up in the kitchen and making food and stuff, I would just like plug my heating pad in and then just like go walk around, and like the heating pad is like down my pants and stuff. I can't imagine having a job where you're supposed to be like up and about like a waitress. How do you guys deal with that? So overall, this period lasted 8 days, which is way too long in my book. There was a time in this year where I spent more days bleeding than I did not bleeding. So to make sure this video is educational, I will include some products that I used to make sure I did not die. So we have Midol right here. So I had some pretty awful cramps, so this is basically like throwing a pebble at an elephant as far as like efficiency. But other than that, it was great. I highly recommend it for any other period that is not like the one from Satan. Next we have Poise overnight pads. This is what I eventually got after like a couple days, because like the back of the pad like kind of spreads out a little bit so that you have more coverage around your bottom. They saved my sanity in my pajamas and I'm forever grateful for them. And also like it kind of feels like a diaper, but it's worth it. And the heating pad. I don't really know where to find the CVS one online, but I did find one on Amazon Prime that is right here. It's about the same price. Reviews look good, so I'm assuming it's fine. I hope this helped a little bit. Thanks for letting me get some stuff off my back because it has been bothering me for so long. I'll leave the links for everything I talked about in the video down below. That is where you can also find the links for all of my social media. I am here making videos every Wednesday. You should subscribe and stick around. So I will see you guys next time. Bye!